Guys, welcome back. Deluded Gunnar, YouTube's N'Golo Kante, the best YouTuber at this, man. The one source of your footballing expertise and where you actually take something home from the rest of the vids and them things there. So let's crack on. Now, I actually lost this vid, and to be honest, it's frustrating when I lose vids. I lose them quite frequently, as you see via my tweets, but it's a blessing in disguise. VAR. Early on, I made a vid when the first problems were going, or I don't even say problems, the first issues or whatever was being addressed in regards to the World Cup. Lost the vid. So let's start again. Now, if you've been watching this World Cup, there's been a lot of themes we're seeing. First week we saw early goals, very early goals. Now we're seeing late goals, whether it's Kroos, whether it's Kane. I'm so sure Iran have scored a late goal, either them or Morocco. There's been bare late goals in this tournament, innit? We're seeing a lot of themes. But VAR has been one of them as well. Now, my thoughts on VAR initially before this, in fact, people think VAR is a new thing, and it kind of is, but as far as '06, there was early adoptions of it. You lot can do your research on that. But VAR, I was initially not a fan of it. I didn't, no disrespect to rugby, but rugby is a game in its own right. So is football, in it. I thought there would become scope for football to become like rugby in the sense that you just hella stoppages and things like that. And I do believe a lot of that is still true because we're seeing with the delays in VAR. But I must admit, I'm warming to it, especially on the basis of the World Cup, because we're seeing a lot of decisions we're getting them right. At first, I thought, you can't lose that out of football, man. That's the good thing. I mean, look at Lampard, 0-10. Of course, it's a shame that we went out of the World Cup when he scored against Germany. It was denied. Nowadays, if that happens, that's getting patterned. Maradona, I wasn't there, but Maradona to England, that doesn't happen. So, yeah, we get the accurate results. It's never going to be 100% right. As we're seeing, there's too much delays and confusion around the VAR. And it's still subjective because, I mean, if you slow down footage sometimes, like you see, sometimes it's not a foul. But if you slow it down, it looks like a foul. So there's still room for human error. And there's also the fact that I've also pondering, if you're bringing VAR widespread, I saw a quote about this and it made me think, like, if you're introducing VAR and all these additional officials and things, yes, there's human error, we're human at the end of the day. But if you're bringing in all this technology and all these extra officials, do you actually have confidence in your official referees to referee the match and get the decision and all the linesmen and them things? Are you confident and believing the people that you employ to get these decisions right and handle the game and do what needs to be done? Do you trust them? Do you trust them? And is this just a case of just giving them added tools to work with to decrease the likelihood of errors and improve clarity in their minds? Or is it that you really don't trust them and you're trying to phase them out? Because this added scope for in 20 years from now for them to be no refs or just a video ref or something like that, in my opinion. But I'm thinking too deep ahead. The benefits it comes with is players have to use a bit more integrity. The diving has to stop. The pulling kind of has to stop. We are seeing the VAR get used for some silly reasons as well, like Poulsen. That was a harsh pen for Denmark against Australia, in my opinion. It does take too long and has confusion. Like, if you saw Sweden versus South Korea, I believe South Korea technically conceded a penalty, but they were on the counter-attack and the ref he played on and he took long to blow it. Let's just say South Korea scored with the delay. Let's just say South Korea scored and he went back for the pen. Of course, the pen would be the one that gets taken and the goal's disallowed, but you see the controversy. So I've written down some ones we've seen as well, like Neymar. Obviously, I don't believe it was a dive. I'm going to be biased. I don't believe it was a dive against Costa Rica. Maybe a bit overzealous and milking it, but that was a pen. VAR went and saw that it wasn't a pen. It got rectified. It should have, but then VAR's not perfect. Where was VAR when Switzerland scored against Brazil and it shouldn't have stood? Some people would say VAR should have acted for Kane to have a penalty. We've seen some soft penalties in the game in this World Cup given because of VAR, and then some not. So there's still scope for consistency. What else? There was a game Egypt played. I mean, when Salah scored, was it against Russia or something like that? Forgive me if I'm wrong. Salah, the penalty that Salah eventually scored, put in, it was initially given as a free kick before they went and checked. Australia against France, there was a penalty for Griezmann. Obviously, Australia then got the rub of the green for Denmark against Denmark with Poulsen. I've already told you about South Korea and Sweden. Switzerland versus Serbia, there was a penalty that should have happened in that game. VAR for the Belgium-Tunisia one. Iran had a goal disallowed against Spain for VAR. Obviously, Iceland against Nigeria, it came into play as well. So we're seeing a lot, man. I must admit, like, it took about 12, 13 games to get a red card in this competition as well. Ultimately, we're seeing, I think we're actually breaking records this World Cup for bookings and things like that. So less bookings, ultimately less I don't want to say less bookings, but less bookings that didn't need to be bookings. It took about 12, 13 games to get a red card. That's got to be another World Cup record. Ultimately, we're seeing more goals in this World Cup. We're seeing more goals, we're seeing late goals, we're seeing other themes in it, and I do believe the VAR, for someone as myself that's been hypocritical on it, not hypocritical, I mean overcritical on it. I mean, while there's still a lot of teething problems and it's not perfect, I am warming to it, people. I can't lie to you. So yeah, man, it does need to fix up a bit. There's too much delay and confusion and things like that. But yeah, man, yeah, guys. There's nothing more to be said on this. Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. And I appreciate all the viewers during the World Cup and things persisting with me and my vids. Also, people, follow the Instagram. I'm going to be putting videos on that quite frequently because they've extended their video time. So follow the Instagram, DeludedGuna04, of course. Everything from Facebook to Twitter, you guys need to get me on that. It's all DeludedGuna04. Snapchat DGuna04, the only exception. Yeah, man, I'm out, guys. Love, man. Take care of yourselves and enjoy your day. I'm out.